9/11, one of the worst attacks that has ever happened on American soil. Forever, it changed American policy moving forward. President Bush needed to make a statement to the entire country in order to build trust, offer condolences, and offer hope for the future in order to unite and motivate the people. Now, 9/11, many people know exactly what happened. Planes flew also into the Pentagon as they flew into the two towers in New York City. Thousands were killed, either those that were in those buildings or those who rushed in bravely to save them. This speech provides a statement to the world that America is not to be messed with and that our policies are changing and moving forward. So exactly how does President Bush make this point? One, so I figured out what exactly is the puzzle. And I thought was, how does he exactly motivate and unite the American public in a time of tragedy and sadness, while also making true motives with reasons for retaliation? So he uses three types of rhetorical elements. One, irony. Two, he uses nationalistic propaganda. And three, he also provides strong ethos. Now, first, let me talk about irony. The first thing I noticed was they attack it was kind of the statement throughout the speech was they attack us, we attack anybody associated with them. So that's ironic because we're just attacked, and the truth is relative. There might be a country across the world that sees our attack as why are they attacking us, and they have the same exact thought. We need to go back and attack them. But he actually states many times that this is our motive. He once says, "We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them." Now, the terrorist organization that attacked us on 9/11 was Al Qaeda. They're not specifically located in one country, but they were all over the world. And he said, "We will make no distinction between a country that harbors them." Where exactly does it stop? He uses this to say that we are not done and we want justice. Now, he also goes on to state, "We stand together to win the war against terrorism." He uses this type of language to motivate the American people. He clearly makes a clear distinction saying this is terrorism. But where exactly does terrorism stand? Who's involved? It's an ideological point. What exactly does it stand for? How do we go fight them? But he uses the emotion behind the attacks, and the American people do not stop to think about this. In order, they offer support for the president. Now, three, America has stood down the enemies before, and we will do it this time. So I did some digging. When was the last time America was seriously attacked on our soil? It was, through research, it was Pearl Harbor. Now, Pearl Harbor was, you can clearly show that it was the Japanese Empire who attacked Pearl Harbor, but exactly who was the country behind these attacks on 9/11? There's not one specific country, but he makes this distinction and this historical reference to show that America is not to be messed with, and we always want justice, and we'll go in and fight. Next, he uses nationalistic propaganda. He straight up uses a metaphor saying, America was targeted for the attacks. America was targeted for the attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world. He's comparing us to, I see it as a lighthouse metaphor. We are the shining light in the world, and he's playing to America's ego. Americans see ourselves as the bringers of freedom throughout the world, as a land of opportunity, and we like to see it as I'm guilty of this, is that I believe that we are the most free country in the world. He also states, these attacks may shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. So he's comparing America to an element, but we cannot be dented, we cannot be broken. And through this comparison, he shows that we are strong, which Americans tend to like, and they can unite and easily can see how we feel about ourselves. Now, the third rhetorical element is ethos. So how exactly does he use ethos in order to gain support? One is, he states, "I appreciate so very much the members of Congress who have joined me in strongly condemning these attacks." Surely I saw this as, hey, look, your leaders who you voted for, some of the most powerful people in the world in charge of making laws, they support me. And so therefore, you should also support me because I believe I have the best plan for our future moving forward. Now, he also goes on to state, "I have directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and bring those to justice." So he's already showing that he has a plan moving forward, and he has law enforcement agencies such as FBI, CIA working around the clock in order to gain justice for this, for these attacks. As we already know, Osama bin Laden was the leader of these attacks, and it starts the worldwide manhunt that ended in 2011, 10 years later. So, what exactly was the importance of this speech? So, first of all, it was a speech in order to talk to the country as a whole about these attacks, offer condolences, show that the leader of our country is not phased and he has a plan moving forward. That was first and foremost. Next, he wants to show to the world that we are not to be messed with, and we are going to attack very aggressively, and shows American pride and uses many examples of rhetorical elements that show what specifically he exactly is going to do, while not exactly stating the reasons why. For example, the Iraq War, their thoughts of chemical weapons. He makes no statements about that in any way. And then 3, it moves forward. In speeches to go, like his State of the Union address, Congress ends up giving him an immense amount of power, which leads to the invasions of Iraq and Afghanistan in order to go after these terrorists who attacked us, which lead to many nation-building campaigns and different policies moving forward in America. Thank you.